So I have a few pocket knives that are in these boxes that desperately need some pocket time, and well, it's about time to break them out of the box. So let's get into it. So I did actually grab the Crooked River. This is actually the large, and they do have two different options of this knife. One is kind of a wood texture, and the other is kind of the gray G10. And I went with the G10. I really like the color accents on here. They've got kind of like a blaze orange, which is really cool. So it's a nice touch to it. Very stout knife. The knife is really, really, really big. Wanting to say it's probably almost 8 inches for the large, and the small is probably like 1.5 inches smaller, or somewhere around there. Honestly, for me, I do like bulky knives, but some states do have like a max length that you can have. But honestly, I'm looking forward to having this have some pocket time. So I did actually order my first set of Hanks. I really have not checked out any before until now. So I ordered 2 Hanks from Shadowborn Hanks. One was a Deadpool. Of course, I love Deadpool. Deadpool 1 and 2 were the bee's knees, man. They were awesome. I really couldn't pass it up. I love Deadpool, and just kind of the stitching that he has on these are really nice. Picked up a blue one as well because, well, blue's my favorite color. And I believe this is from my homie in Hawaii, Hawaii Knife and Gear. And I want to give a special shout out to him. And he does have an awesome YouTube channel. If you want to check that out, I will leave a link down below so you can check his out. He does a lot of EDC, a lot of, he did some awesome custom Swiss Army knives with, I believe it was Kona scales on it. They looked really, really cool. You definitely should check those out. I will leave a link down below to his Instagram and his YouTube channel. And go ahead, you know, give him a subscribe. He's almost at 700 subscribers, so congrats, man. Just breached the 600 mark, and you're almost to 700, man. You've been just killing it. So he hooked me up with some 100% Kona coffee from Hawaii, and I'm actually quite a Java fiend. I drink about 3 or 4 to 5 to 10 cups a day of coffee, so thanks a lot, man. This will keep me awake, especially when I'm filming my videos at 2 o'clock in the morning, which is probably why I look tired right now. Oh, dude, sweet. He hooked me up with, looks like a few different knives as well. Oh, it's a little mini-me. Right on, man. Got a couple of keychain Swiss Army knives and a little keychain Leatherman too. Could probably pierce my nose with this. I honestly love these Swiss Army knives, and of course, I love blue. So thank you very much, man. And again, please go check out his channel, Hawaii Knife and Gear. I'll leave a link below to his Instagram and YouTube. And Andy, just wanted to say thanks, buddy. All this stuff is amazing. So this is a custom Virago from Lee Knifeworks, and apparently he has closed his books, so he's only doing auctions, I believe, now, and they are phenomenal knives, but he is doing a lot of Dama steel and really, really intricate designs and playing with different aspects of how he makes the knife. So in all honesty, each and every one, even though they may be the same model, they look absolutely different from each other. He plays with, you know, different types of anodizing, different grinds on the frame itself, but his knives are phenomenal, and he's really, from what I understand, newer in the scene, and I think honestly, he's stepped up to the game and he's done some amazing quality knives. You should check him out at Knifeworks on Instagram. I'll leave a link below in the description so you guys can check him out. I'm sure that he will have some auctions up this year. So my first Chris Reeve knife was the Inkosi, and it kind of had me hooked, and then I ended up getting rid of it and regretted it. So instead of the Inkosi, I decided to get a Umnumzaan. It is definitely a different feel than the Inkosi. Even the way that it opens, the Inkosi is supposed to open outwards, so you bring your thumb out, versus this, you actually slide your thumb upwards along the side of the knife, which is actually really interesting. So a few months back, I picked up the EdgePro Apex sharpening kit. Show you briefly what's in the kit. It is a very lightweight base. And basically they have a guide that you basically unscrew, and you, depending on the width of the knife blade, you can move the guide down. And they do also come with some gaff tape on the top, so you can just pull that off and put a new one on when you need to replace it. The legs just kind of fold down. It's got some suction cups so it doesn't move on the table. They also give you instructions and a DVD as well, which is very easy to follow. And these are, since they are stones, they do recommend using water with them. So included, you get a variety of grits of stone. And you also get polishing tapes to finish off, much like a leather strop. These are going to be very fine grit finishing tapes to polish the blade. So they do have a quick touch-up rod if you need to. So on the back, they also have lines depending on the angle of the bevel. What I do like is they have like a safety catch on there. So you've got basically safety here, so you can't go too far forward because the blade is right here. So I did reach out to EdgePro because I saw that they had some accessories to go along with the sharpening kit, the Apex sharpening kit. I wanted to see what the accessories would do because I loved the Apex sharpening kit so much. So I got the Apex retractable magnet kit. So this is the Apex slide guide. And this is the Apex bench mount. So basically you can use a C-clamp and mount it to a table to make sure it doesn't move. So I've got a couple of surprises up my sleeve. I've been hanging on to these puppies for a while. So these are Gavko custom knives. They are a little bit older. I think they're from like 2016. Full custom knives, but I did pick them up secondhand. But oh my god, they are just like buttery smooth. So this is the compound spinner. There is only one like this knife because he literally makes each one custom, and they look completely different. You can go on Gavko Knives Instagram and see what work he does. They're just phenomenal. But the details on this knife is actually pretty big, but the color on this, I'm pretty sure that this one was modified aftermarket. So he did do all the grinds, and then I do believe somebody else did the ano on it, but I could be wrong. Again, I did pick this up secondhand, and I kind of combed through Gavko's Instagram page to see if I could actually find the original photo of this knife. So this is a Gavko Mako. That's a tongue twister, especially at 2 o'clock in the morning. But the details on this knife, and man, it's like a mini sword, and it feels like a dragon scale almost with all the custom grinds that he has on the frame. But just the blade shape itself. I do also have a mid-tech Mako version of this, and it's a lot smaller. It's probably like about this big. But man, his knives are just super smooth. I mean, like, even on the top here, watch. Like, really? Like, look how smooth this thing shuts. I mean, it just... Let's see if I can just do this flat. I mean, really? Like, how smooth is that? So look at even just the dragon scales on the spine edge. Look how beautiful that is. But seriously, I'm just so glad to be able to get a few custom knives. I know that these aren't really like custom for me, but I don't really care that they're an older Gavko. They're still amazing, and I'm just glad to have some of his knives because I'm such a fan of Gavko. He's just a phenomenal knife maker, and honestly, I just really enjoy like watching all of his builds. But I just love checking out all of his custom builds on Gavko. Man, he just really knocks them out of the park for sure. They're just beautiful made knives. If you haven't checked out his Instagram, make sure to do that. I'll leave a link below down there in the description so you can check that out. Again, please head over and support my homies EdgePro because they have an amazing YouTube channel, as well as my homie in Hawaii Knife and Gear. So make sure to subscribe to them and check out all the links to all these products down there in the description. And I'm Twiggy Wolf, and I will catch you guys later.